That was the scene in California's Mojave Desert 5 years ago. Our historic first view of the newcomer's ship. Theirs was a slave ship carrying 250,000 beings bred to adapt and labor in any environment. But they've washed ashore on Earth with no way to get back to where they came from. And in the last 5 years, the newcomers have become the latest addition to the population of Los Angeles.
Unit was first manufactured over a decade ago aboard the newcomer slave ship. Its incredible durability far surpasses any human synthesized fabric, whether it be cellulose, petroleum, or polymer-based. The fibers are so strong, the weave so dense, that Unit cannot be cut by traditional means. At the factory, we use lasers. This same fiber strength and density of weave gives Unit a truly out-of-this-world stain resistance. Just take a look at this. Even this commercial motor oil can't soak in. It simply rinses off clean. New Knit is a tremendous gift of Tenctony's technology. We humans owe a great debt to my partner who reconstructed the process, bringing this amazing fabric to us, Mr. Edgar Allan Poe. And that's his lovely wife, Rita, Earth's gift in return to this great scientist. All of you here tonight are very special people, respected members of the community, and we would like to personally invite you to join the New Knit family by becoming limited partners. Permits are in place for our expansion, and the Department of the Environment has given us the green light. As you can see from our prospectus, we anticipate a 25% return on our investment. And after our deal is finalized with the U.S. Army to manufacture uniforms, that estimate will jump to 40%. Now, whether or not you decide to invest, each of you will receive a free complimentary gift just for being here tonight in this beautiful replica of the Caves of Tengton, your own New Knit vest. As the Tengtonese say, fus a la dus litha. Thank you.
Good speech, Lee. I always get so tongue-tied.
That's okay, Cyril. All you got to do is keep balancing those books.
You are wonderful.
What did you think, Edgar?
We have to talk.
Excuse us.
What do you think, $2,000?
That's nothing, George. Let's invest 5 or 10.
Susan, we don't have that kind of money.
George, I'm working now. We have $10,000 in that money market account, just sitting there at 6%. They're talking 40%.
If we did invest, say, $4,000, we'd have a return of $1,600.
If we invested $7,000, that would be a return of $2,800 the first year.
Roll that over in 3 years, we'd have almost $11,000. Let's invest all 10.
Okay.
I've always wanted to have a UV lamp. We could do that now.
Vesna's so energetic. I'd love to buy her naughty ash wheel she could climb in her nursery. I saw a lovely one at Bullock's.
Go ahead, buy it.
What did you guys decide?
The best thing for our future. And how is our little Vesna?
You invested, didn't you?
A little.
Dixakik dontovot. They're taking advantage of unskilled Tenctonese workers who have to put in double shifts at minimum wage with no overtime pay.
Buck, you don't know that.
No, Marilyn says the new knit workers have no health care, no benefits.
Marilyn? Who's Marilyn?
My American history teacher. See, we're studying the labor movement.
You call your teacher by the first name?
Marilyn's not into any kind of power trip. Marilyn says New Knit is exploiting its Tectonese workers.
Well, if she is so smart, why don't you ask this Marilyn where these exploited workers would be without New Knit? No, I will tell you where. Unemployed, that's where.
Naak gintub vesna ot bi.
What are they teaching kids in school these days?
Nemo, calm down. You know, you look very handsome in a tuxedo.
Yeah, like two? Okay.
Sergeant.
Oh, thanks, Al. Moonlighting last night.
That must be fun.
Damn.
Every day you buy 3 of these tickets and scratch the aluminum off.
3's a lucky number, Albert.
So that's why you do it, because it's fun.
No, you win money. See, 3 pineapples in a row, that's 25,000.
Just for scratching off some aluminum? That's a lot of money. I could buy so many trees.
Trees? You buy trees?
For the city. The city needs more trees.
No, Albert. The idea is you win money, and then you buy something you really like. Something you couldn't afford. Something really great, like a car.
But you already have a car.
No, I have a car. I don't have the car. Albert, you know what that is? That is happiness. A 63 split-window Vet. 340 horsepower, 4-speed pull, posi traction, 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. But it's more than that, Albert. The car is fine.
Fine.
Good morning.
Hey!
Morning, George. George, that is a very nice vest.
Why, thank you, Albert.
Oh, man, does it glow in the dark?
What's this? Ketchup.
Is this some new alien thing?
I'm glad you asked. As you can see, my new knit vest is incredibly stain-resistant.
New knit?
Yes, a gift of Tectonese technology, which is now being synthesized here in Los Angeles. Susan and I have just become limited partners. It's a very sound investment.
I got your sound investment.
Now that is nothing but an extravagant fantasy. In the year I've known you, you've spent over $750 on lottery tickets.
Hey, I won 25 bucks last month, okay? You just wait and see, George.
A pineapple? A peach? And a banana! What'd you win?
Nothing, Albert. Nothing at all.
Sergeant Sykes, could I do one?
Albert, they don't give these away for free.
Oh, I'll pay for it.
It's a waste of money.
Please.
If you insist. Hey, if he insists, huh? Just don't blame me.
You're just throwing away your money, Albert.
1 pineapple? 2 pineapples?
What are you doing? Go on.
This is fun. I'm gonna save the rest for later.
They had no right to bust me. No right. The guy swung at me first. Come on, take it easy. I'm gonna get you for this. I'm gonna get you.
Look, I don't want no problem out of you. You got 1 phone call.
Look out, George! No right! No right! Get a doctor in here!
No. I'm all right. My vest didn't go through. I'm bruised, but I'm all right.
Oh, man. Don't scare me like that.
Amazing.
Is it too late to get in on this?
George, we got 10 minutes left on our break. I need to go to the bank. I gotta get some cash.
Matt, this vest saved my life. The least I can do is thank them. Besides, I own a piece of this company. Do you realize what that means to a former slave? No. I want to see it.
Okay, let's just not take all day, huh?
Matt, your hat. Remember the hole in the ozone?
Oh, yeah. Okay, Mother?
You need it, Mother.
Workers here don't need a union. They don't want a union.
Then why do you object to giving them a choice?
You don't work here. You don't understand the situation.
We understand basic needs. We understand dignity.
I know your group. You come here to stir up trouble. And I'm not going to let that happen. Now get out of here, both of you, now.
Fine. If that's management's position, we're going to go talk to the workers.
Hey, that sounds like...
These are your own people. How could you do this to them?
Out. Out. Get out, now.
Dad.
Oh, boy.
What are you doing here?
Why aren't you in school?
I have a free lunch period.
This is your son?
Yes. What's this all about?
Your son and this woman came here on behalf of a so-called citizens group agitating for a union.
Dad, this is Marilyn, my teacher.
You drag your students into your personal politics?
I wanted to come. I insisted.
Do you realize your father has a considerable investment in this company?
That's his problem.
Mr. Francisco, I'm sorry we had to meet like this.
You will have to forgive my son. He's, young.
Well, see if you can talk some sense into him.
Yes, I will. I'm sorry.
Well, you old robber baron, you. Looks like this sound investment of yours is causing a little domestic strife. Hey, what do you say? You want to take a peek? See how they're exploiting the workers?
All right.
I don't know what they're bitching about. This is a real garden spot.
Just because it looks unpleasant doesn't mean it's harmful in any way.
I can't breathe.
Why hadn't anything been done about that leak?
No one noticed. You see, the fumes don't bother the newcomers, and only newcomers work in there.
That's no excuse. There should have been warning signs to protect humans in case things like this happen. Are you all right, man?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You sure you don't want a doctor?
No, I'm fine. Let's go.
I'll see you out.
Get those signs up.
Don't look so glum. Everything's okay.
I'm sick of you. I'm sick of your lies.
But it's not easy running a business. There are bound to be oversights.
Man, my head is killing me. I need an aspirin.
Francisco, I just had my broker invest $5,000 in this. It's a winner, right?
I can't think of a better investment. Unit is one of a kind.
So is the Edsel.
Albert.
Damn, where's Albert?
He went to collect his money.
Money? What money?
3 pineapples. He won the lottery. It's always an alien, eh, Sykes? bust my hump working 2 jobs and pulling overtime just to make the boat payments. And what happens? E.T. comes along and wins the lottery. There ought to be a law. I mean, they weren't even born here.
$25,000 now. I really do feel sick.
Matt, I just heard that Albert won the lottery. Did Matt tell you that he was the one who sold Albert the ticket?
It was Matt's ticket. You know, George, you got a really big mouth.
Isn't it ironic that after all the times you've lost, the one ticket that would have made you the winner, he said, Albert, aren't you going to congratulate him?
Yeah, congrats.
You were right, Sergeant Sykes. 3 is a lucky number. It was the 3rd ticket and 3 pineapples.
Better put that money in the bank, Albert.
Oh, I've already spent it.
Oh, that's perfect. You know, give them a little money, they blow it right away.
Give whom a little money?
Sergeant Sykes, I have a surprise. I bought you something.
What? Eucalyptus? Douglas fir?
It's outside. That is your surprise.
Oh, Albert.
Albert, this was a very foolish way to spend your money. You could have invested in Noonet.
Well, I'll win again. That lottery's easy.
Albert, why? Why'd you do it?
Well, you always seem so discontented. I wanted you to be happy. So, is it fine?
Oh, it is so fine.
You are not going to accept this, Matthew.
He has to accept it. I bought it for him.
Yeah, he bought it for me. I have to accept it.
So you're happy now?
Oh, man, I'm so happy. Gonna take it for a spin.
No, you're not. Our general partner, Mr. Edgar Allan Poe, was just found dead in his swimming pool. It's a possible homicide. You and Sykes are on the case. Francisco? Yes. I'm sorry about Mr. Allan Poe, but remember, I have an investment in this.
Right. Right.
Grazer's not gonna be too happy if Noonet goes belly up, like its owner. Say, how much do you have invested? As much as Grazer?
No, not that much. You know, you forgot your hat. What do we have?
Homicide. Somebody poured sea salt in the water. For a newcomer, that's like jumping into a pool of acid. But of course you'd know that.
Yes.
The tissue destruction indicates the body had been in the water for 2 hours, so I'd set the time of death at about 3 p.m.
Wonder if these are Noonet. Oh, sorry.
Any idea of when the salt was introduced?
Allan Poe's wife said he swam twice a day, in the morning and when he got home from work, so it had to have been between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Is that the wife?
Yes.
Human, huh?
Doctor's giving her a sedative. She discovered the body.
Thank you.
Looks like the widow made out pretty good marrying Allan Poe. And now that's a sound investment.
Are you saying she married him for his money?
Heavens, no.
Why? Because she's human and he's a newcomer? They can't have been in love?
Well, let's just say money's a hell of an aphrodisiac.
Yes, sir. Mrs. Allen.
Police, would you feel up to making a statement?
I'll try.
You found your husband when you got home?
It was horrible. Horrible.
If this is too difficult now...
No. I'm all right.
Were you out all day?
Yes. I left before Edgar went to work. I had a lot to do.
Mrs. Allan Poe.
I understand, Detective. I can account for my whereabouts.
I've never seen a car like this. Is it yours?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened to your other one?
Nothing.
Then why do you need this one?
Well, I don't need it. I want it. A car like this, it's better than sex.
Really?
That's just an expression. See, this car is a classic. It's a Corvette. 63 split-window vet.
Oh, that's old for a car.
Well, who wants a new one? The 96s run like dogs, all that smog control stuff.
Then it must get very good gas mileage.
It gets terrible gas mileage.
Then it's not economical?
You don't buy a car like this because it's economical. Economy's no fun. By the time I pay for garage space and insurance and an alarm system, this car is going to cost me a fortune.
A fortune.
Kathy, this is not just a car. It's a work of art. Like the Mona Lisa, like the Statue of Liberty. It's spiritual. I have always dreamed of having this car. Now, here it is. Come on, I'll take you for a ride.
Okay.
Not many cars had bucket seats back in '63, or a cluster dash. Listen to that engine.
What was that?
Oh, nothing. I just have to get used to clutch.
Sounds like your U-joint went out.
Oh, jeez.
Matt, I don't think this is better than sex.
The nursery's the first door on your left.
Right.
You watch the credenza.
What is that?
Oh, hi, George. That's Vesna's Audiash wheel.
Oh. Susan, how much did it cost?
Oh, $700.
$700.
Well, there was a cheaper one, but it had a plastic frame.
Leave the door open. We'll be right in with the chair.
Chair? What chair?
It was going to be a surprise. You know that vibrating lazy boy you've been wanting?
Susan, that chair costs over $2,000.
Well, you deserve it, Nemo. And anyway, we can afford it.
Where is that year-old milk? Well, if it isn't Karl Marx.
Hi, Dad.
Vesna, surprised to find you here. Shouldn't you and Marilyn be out leading the proletarian revolution?
Dad, are you still mad about today?
Someone should tell Marilyn that she's supposed to teach history, not make it. Need I remind you that socialism was completely discredited in the 80s?
This has nothing to do with socialism.
Need I remind you that if your mother and I lose this investment, we won't be able to afford those $300 sneakers in which you champion the underclass?
Well, hey, I'm not wearing leather anymore. Only cruelty-free clothes.
What?
Clothes no animal is killed for. Where do you think your shoes came from? See, it's all part of the same sickness. Killing animals, polluting the oceans, destroying the ozone. Marilyn's turned me on to a lot of things.
Marilyn.
Last night, the U-joint in the vet went out. It's with my mechanic now. What's that gonna cost?
You think you have problems? Susan runs our credit card to the limit with this lazy boy, and now because of Nunit, our investment, we don't have the savings to pay it off.
Hey, George, it's a sound investment. Oh, and then my insurance guy tells me it's gonna cost $4,000 every 6 months just to insure the damn thing.
You wanted this vehicle. I'm going to have to pay 22% interest on that card.
22? Where'd you get 22?
Fortunately, the technology was in place at the time of Edgar's death. From here on in, it's really a matter of marketing. I don't anticipate any further expenditure and development in the near future.
Okay, sir. Yeah?
The detectives are here.
Show them in.
Excuse me, I'll let you gentlemen talk. By the way, you can rest assured about your investment. The company's in good shape.
Look, I can tell you right off, I don't have any idea why anyone would kill Edgar. He was the sweetest guy. He had no enemies. I just can't believe this happened.
When did you last see him?
The afternoon he died. You were here. That school teacher and your son, they upset him. I told him to knock off early and forget about it.
How upset was he?
Well, he never had any experience with labor relations. Are you suggesting he might have committed suicide?
We're not suggesting anything. We're just trying to determine what happened. Do you know of anyone who may have profited from Mr. Allen Poe's death?
I can tell you this. I had everything to lose. Without Edgar, there's no Nunit.
Okay, we're gonna need a full financial report. Investors, profit participation, everything.
Of course. But if I may, what's that got to do with Edgar's death?
You're a businessman, Mr. Smith. You ought to know. Money's a hell of a motivator.
Tell me exactly what he said.
You can rest assured about your investment. The company is in good shape.
Okay, stay on top of it.
You're sure about that? Okay, thanks. It was the maitre d' at the restaurant where Mrs. Allenpoe had lunch the day her husband was murdered. She said she had reservations at 12, but the maitre d' says she didn't get there till 12:30. He remembers because he had already given away her table.
Matt, Mrs. Allenpoe said she was at the beauty salon before that. She still wouldn't have had time to go home and put salt in the pool.
Yeah, she said she was at the beauty salon till 11:30, but the owner said by 11 o'clock she'd already been out of there.
There's an hour-and-a-half hole in her alibi.
Let's go have another little chat with Mrs. Allenpoe. No answer.
Car's here.
Let's try him back.
Rita, I warned you, don't. Rita, don't. No, come here, Rita.
Looks like the widow's taking it hard.
I love Rita, and she loves me. But how could we tell Edgar? We both adored him. It would have broken his heart.
Yeah, it's breaking mine. You guys thinking of tying the knot?
We've discussed it. Why?
Could make for a happy ending. Edgar's interest in new knit combined with yours.
Look, money has nothing to do with this.
What about the missing hour and a half?
Lee and I were at the Duncamp Hotel.
Look, I know how that sounds, but it's the only way that we could be alone. To be together.
Can anyone substantiate your, alibi?
The desk clerk.
And room service. We had a bottle of champagne.
Look, if we killed Edgar, you think we'd be stupid enough to be seen like this?
I don't know about stupid, but it sure is tacky.
We love each other. That's our only crime.
Easy, come on, this way.
Yeah? Okay, thanks. Well, their alibi holds. Room service waiter remembers bringing a bubbly. Says Rita was wearing a black negligee. Nice color for a widow. We struck out. George, I'm worried.
About what?
My mechanic hasn't called. When he doesn't call, that's bad news.
Matt, we have a case.
I know.
I got it.
So, who else would want to bump off Paul?
I think I know someone we should ask.
There's still a lot of controversy over FDR. Some people feel that the WPA was the beginning of the downfall of this country, and other people believe that without the New Deal, we would have had a revolution on our hands.
Ms. Houston.
Dad.
Buck. We need to talk to your teacher.
Okay, go ahead.
Kikai Finixo.
What's this about?
Is it Edgar Allan Poe?
We're investigating his death, yeah.
As an investor, isn't this conflict of interest?
I am able to maintain my professional integrity. Thank you for your concern.
I'm not going anywhere.
Buck.
No.
Now, please, go home.
It's okay, Buck.
Okay.
You seem to have a great deal of influence over my son.
I think he's terrific. We care about the same things.
Miss Houston, you believe the workers at New Knit are dissatisfied. Is there anybody you know who would have a particular grudge against Mr. Poe?
Enough to kill him? No. And if you consider me a suspect, I was teaching all afternoon.
Well, it's reassuring to know that you spend some time at your job.
So you need a few extra bucks.
Oh, yeah, my insurance is killing me.
Tell me, I thought I'd never get that 4x paid for.
Just talked to my mechanic. I knew it was going to be bad. The whole tranny's shot.
The tranny?
The tranny's gone.
Oh, that's bad.
Talk about differential and
Here.
U-joint. I don't
This
know what
is the company I work security for. You come by 10 o'clock tonight, we will talk to the boss.
Phil, I appreciate this.
No
This is
problem
great.
at all. It's my pleasure, buddy.
Sergeant Sykes.
Hey, Al.
What's the matter? Aren't you happy?
Why should I be happy?
The car. You have the car.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on top of the world.
How can it have a top? It's round.
Matt, I've been cross-referencing Nunet's financial disclosure with public records. I found something odd.
Tomorrow, George, it's closing time.
Matt.
How's the investigation coming?
It's perplexing. I found another one.
Another what?
Another limited partner who was deceased at the time he invested in Nunet. Now, this one died a year and a half before Nunet was even open to investors.
How can that be? That's impossible.
Exactly.
Look, Francisco, I made this investment on your recommendation.
Captain, I never actually solicited your funds.
Francisco, I did this without asking my wife. She says I have no business sense. You realize how serious it would be if I lost the money?
They expect us to make a full round of the premises in 2 hours. And they expect us to get from clock station 2 to clock station 3 in 35 minutes. It really takes about 10, so you can sneak into the janitor's closet and get some shut-eye.
You have to wear the uniforms?
Oh, yeah, they're real sticklers about that.
Anybody to talk to around here?
Well, the boss goes home around midnight. There is Bernard. He does inventory. He's not real sociable. He just got out of the hospital.
Swell.
Phil? Phil!
Mr. Elias, this is my friend Detective Sykes. He's interested in a job.
Phil, last night you missed clock box number 4 again. You are sleeping.
Oh no, Mr. Elias. The key must have jammed.
Phil, don't lie to me, okay? I'll give this man your job.
Oh, he's a great kidder.
I'm not kidding, Phil. Tonight, you sweep the loading dock, okay?
No, Mr. Elias, I am a security guard, not a janitor.
Phil, don't argue with me, okay? You, buddy, you come to my office in 5 minutes.
You have to take that crap?
Oh, he doesn't mean it.
You know, I don't know about this, Phil.
Well, hey, he pays the bills. What about your car?
Yeah, my car.
Yeah, me too. I don't do this, I can't afford my boat.
Well, now, let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually got to use your boat?
Well,
William 152, this is dispatch.
52, over.
We have a code 3 toxic spill, Riverside and Figueroa, requesting all available units to assist in evacuation.
They put me en route.
Roger.
See you, Phil.
Well, what about Mr. Elias?
I'm gonna have to take a pass on Mr. Elias. Thanks anyway.
Take it easy.
What's going on?
This tanker was involved in an accident. It jackknifed and started leaking some kind of toxic substance. The driver fled. We have no idea what the substance is or where it came from.
I know that smell.
Get a gas mask.
It's the same as the new knit factory.
I don't smell anything.
It doesn't affect you guys, remember? I'm telling you, this stuff came from the new knit factory. They find Smith yet?
I'm expecting to hear any moment. Matt, maybe we should wait until we get the Department of the Environment test results.
Hey, I trust your nose, trust mine. New knit's dumping waste illegally. And I'll bet you it ties in with Poe's death.
Our company. Grazer's company.
Yeah, it's gonna spoil his day. This is just like my car.
The spill is like your car.
All these nifty things we want, they wind up costing us a lot more than we think.
This is 1 Adam 6. Come in, 1 William 52.
This is 52, over.
We are at Lee Smith's residence. The suspect is not on the premises.
Roger, 1 Adam 6.
I bet you I know where that lovebird is.
Oh, God, Lee.
Don't worry, honey. I'll post bail on this pollution thing and I'll be out tonight.
Not if we nail you on murder 1.
I had nothing to do with Edgar's death.
No. Your prospectus claimed that the Department of the Environment gave you a clean bill of health. Clearly, it wasn't deserved. And Poe, being a scientist, would have been the first to discover that.
If he intended to go public, that'd be awful bad for business. You had motive, Mr. Smith.
Tell them the truth, Lee. We both know you didn't kill Edgar.
Okay. Okay, look, under the Department of Environment's laboratory conditions, Noonit's byproduct wasn't hazardous. Edgar realized that outside, in the air, mixed with earth pollutants, Noonit's byproduct was deadly to humans. Like the leak at the factory. You experienced it. Of course I wanted to cover it up. I tried to protect my business, but I didn't kill Edgar.
Who else knew about this?
Besides myself, Rita. I don't know who else Edgar might have told. Maybe our accountant, Cyril Roman.
Okay, let's go.
Lee.
What about the factory?
Shutting it out tomorrow.
Do you have to do that? I'll pay the fines, whatever. You have as much to lose as anyone, and your captain.
We're shutting it down.
Smith's booked. Hey, George, what happened to your vest?
I, discarded it. Matt, look at this.
George, the sun's almost up. I deserve a few hours' sleep.
Remember I told you I found 2 investors who passed away before Noonit was started? There's a third.
Well, maybe their estates made the investments.
No, I traced all 3 through different brokerage houses to the same holding company. Florida Leon Enterprises. I'm bringing up its articles of incorporation.
Cyril Roman's a busy boy.
He's trying to gain control of Noonit using these dummy investors. He would have the most to lose if Poe had gone public and Noonit had to shut down.
Noonit is closed by order of the Department of the Environment until further notice. Please leave the premises immediately.
There's an exec here, Cyril Roman. He's a newcomer.
Inside.
They're right there!
Matt, stay out for fumes.
I'll cover the front and call for backup.
George? Talk to me, George. Excuse me. My partner, what happened to him? Where is he?
Inside.
Are you all right? You? Esther and Emily are sleeping. So how'd your investors meeting go?
Your friend Marilyn was there. She played a prominent role.
Dad, I'm sorry you guys lost your money, but the workers are the ones who really got hurt. I mean, they lost their jobs.
Luckily, you might be wrong on both counts.
Marilyn's group is preparing a feasibility study on converting the factory into a plastics recycling plant. Naturally, it will include a profit-sharing plan for the workers.
We wouldn't see a return for 2 years, but at least we'd still be in business.
Hey, that's terrific. Marilyn's great.
Yes. She's the best thing since diced bread.
At least with Marilyn, you won't be running a sweatshop.
He's passionate, sincere. He's committed. It's also a royal pain in the ass.
Francisco.
Good morning, Captain.
What's this I hear about Nunit becoming a plastics recycling factory?
That's correct.
Any money in it?
Plastics?
Yeah.
Have another? Good morning, Albert. Is Matthew in yet?
Here I am. Albert, come here. I got something for you.
Me?
Yeah, you can come too, George. Come on. What a great day, huh?
You seem happy, Sergeant Sykes.
Uncharacteristically so.
I am happy, Albert. Very happy.
Because of the car?
Sorta, yeah.
Is it running well?
I wouldn't know. I sold it. I bought you these, Albert. Thought they'd kind of dress up the city. I got 10 more trucks like these. You just tell them where you want them.
Trees!
Yeah, aren't they fine?
Nas